Tons and tons of WWE Survivor Series War Games plans have been leaked. We got to talk about them. It's absolutely huge. Also, we have to talk about some potential backstage heat on Triple H. Is it real? Does it exist? I mean, there's a lot of things being said about Triple H backstage that we got to uncover. And yes, we are going to talk about some really good music news surrounding the WWE. If you guys want more videos like this, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell. This way you never miss a video on the channel. I'm going to keep you guys updated along the way every single day. And don't forget nordvpn.com/Ango. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. I want to kick things off with WWE's music because there seems to be a huge change that WWE is making. And this is one that I think will be favored by pretty much all of us. It's probably been one of my biggest complaints, by the way, when it comes to WWE. A new report from WrestleVotes has shed some light on recent trends regarding WWE superstars reverting to their older theme music, which oftentimes is typically more popular, more memorable. According to the report, several superstars have been requesting music changes for some time now, and the company has begun to grant some of these requests. If you guys watched Friday Night SmackDown this morning, because keep in mind, international viewers could watch it live on Netflix. So, a little thing right there, NordVPN. But if you guys saw like the Street Profits, for example, had their old music. The source indicates several superstars have been requesting music changes for some time now, including outspoken names such as Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Time will tell if all of the requests are granted. But if you guys didn't watch SmackDown this morning, again, I'm Eastern time, so that's why it was at like 7 or 8 in the morning. Shinsuke Nakamura he did the open challenge with Sami Zayn. He had his old theme music back. So he's somebody who also saw his music reverted. Listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, one of my big complaints about WWE as an organization has been the music. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Some of that shit is doo-doo. Some of that music that we have heard is just bad. Bad. I want Finn Balor to get his old music back. I want all these guys to get their old music back. I want Sheamus to have his old music back. I want Drew McIntyre to have his old music back. I mean, the truth is just, Def Rebel is garbage. Def Rebel is the worst music composers in WWE history. I don't think there's ever been a worse time when it comes to theme music. So the fact that WWE is starting to listen, WWE is starting to make these changes is a good thing. It's not even just about the fan experience because the fans are very vocal about it. It's pretty shameful to watch a Royal Rumble and not know who's coming out because of the music. But obviously the WWE superstars are fed up as well. That brings us to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Levesque, Triple H. Is there backstage heat on Triple H? Well, we should probably talk about this story because this is something that is going around. There's a new report that people close to Triple H have said that he wants to be Dana White. This is coming from Dave Meltzer. To be honest with you, Dave Meltzer could even be wrong here, but I think it's obvious with Triple H doing all the press conferences, going to the White House, on ESPN, everything that he's doing. You don't need Dave Meltzer to tell you this. I think common sense would tell you that Triple H is trying to be the Dana White of WWE. And let's be real, this makes a lot of sense. Dana White, everybody who knows like MMA knows Dana White. If you know UFC, Dana White is the forefront of it. And it's actually a smart strategy, in my opinion, to have somebody of this kind. And the same thing, it's like, Tony Khan is a great example of this. Tony Khan did the press conferences. Tony Khan is not on television, as a character, but Tony Khan does come to the press conferences. He is the spokesperson for this company that he owns. Triple H being the spokesperson for WWE, it just makes sense. You got to have a front man. TNA has this as well with Carlos Silva. They should be working the media. They should be out in the community and out on TV and doing interviews and talking about the product and gassing up their own product. I never had a problem with this. So realistically, it is common sense. But according to Dave Meltzer, the conversation around Levesque's leadership has been fueled by his recent absences, which has attributed to some of his political priorities. Now, a close source to Paul Levesque has actually refuted this, stating that he has not missed any creative meetings and that his schedule is worked out in advance. With that being said, one of the big concerns here is that whether or not Triple H being focused on his image and doing these things, how does it impact the WWE product? A lot of people naturally backstage it's been reported, they're very, very happy now more than ever. Like morale is very, very good in WWE and they're happy. If Triple H wants to be the front man for it all, they're not really concerned about it, at least according to these reports. Now, the wrestling fans tend to hate this, but it seems like there's really not that much heat on Triple H. There could be, right? I'm sure there's some people who have the backstage heat with him. They don't like this, but deep down inside, the consensus is that Triple H, being under Triple H, is far greater than anything they've experienced under Vince McMahon, and they don't seem to have an issue with this. So I'm not really sure where there's a lot of conflicting stuff. There's backstage heat. There's not backstage heat. I don't think it really matters. Nonetheless, morale seems to be good. And that brings us to our final topic. We got some Survivor Series plans that have leaked. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. There's two things we're going to talk about. First one being Austin Theory. Austin Theory is reportedly joining. This is crazy. Austin Theory is reportedly joining the Vision. Brock Lesnar against CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, and Jey Uso, along with a fifth man. It might be Jimmy Uso. It may be LA Knight. But this is the plan for Survivor Series War Games. Now, I just want to take a quick second and focus on Austin Theory. We all thought he was going to turn babyface after leaving Grayson Waller. That doesn't appear to be the case, which is kind of strange. But obviously, he has that history with Seth Rollins when Seth Rollins was the Monday Night Messiah. Austin Theory coming back, joining the Vision, being part of the War Games match. I'm all for it. I don't care what anybody says. I know Austin Theory has his fair share of critics on here. I think he is incredibly talented. I think he is the result of bad booking. I think Triple H messed up his booking. I think Vince McMahon messed up his booking. I think both regimes did not do a great job with Austin Theory. I have a lot of belief in Austin Theory. I would love to see Austin Theory join the Vision, eventually break away as a babyface. I'm all for it, 1,000,000%, no issue there. I thought that was an interesting plan. But the next one that's really intriguing to me is this one, and that's John Cena and Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. These are all being reported by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, but I do want to say John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the IC title clearly just makes sense. John Cena should beat Dominic Mysterio, and no, he is not burying him. If he beats Dominic Mysterio is still AAA Mega Champion. John Cena needs to finish off with the Grand Slam. He needs to go up against Gunther for the IC title. In fact, I would even have John Cena defeat Gunther and retire as the Intercontinental Champion. And he will be the last Intercontinental Champion under this belt. And that's because I would recommend WWE to also instill a new design for the Intercontinental Championship. And I would do a tournament to crown the next winner. Maybe even retire the Intercontinental Championship completely. Maybe do an international championship. Think of something else. Television championship. I don't know. Come up with a different concept. I don't think WWE should keep this design nonetheless. So John Cena should beat Dominic Mysterio at Survivor Series for the belt, retain the belt against Gunther, retire on top, and then a new tournament for a new belt in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Ango Show.